funny story. I thought I was recording my video about The Revenant, but apparently I wasn't. I should pay more attention to my screen. Anyway, I guess this might be a good thing because I rambled a little in my video that I thought I was recording but wasn't because this film pissed me off. So hopefully I'll be able to make this a little shorter, a little tighter. So about the film, real quick. It's directed by Alejandro González Iñárritu. The cinematography is by Emmanuel Lubezki. It came out December of last year, so December 2015. But I watched it, I think, in January. And in a nutshell, it tells the story of a frontiersman named Hugh Glass, who is played by Leonardo DiCaprio. And it's basically a story of survival and revenge. So just a warning, this is probably going to be spoiler heavy. What am I saying? Probably. Oh, I can't talk. It's probably because I've been talking for a while. Because I thought I was recording a video. This is going to be spoiler heavy. And another warning, I'm a history major, so I definitely watched this film with that sort of lens, through that lens of someone who studies history. And we're going to get back to that in a little bit. So, my main beef with the film was the fact that Native characters mostly fell into these tropes and archetypes. And this was something that I discussed with my friend Kyle. We texted about it after I'd watched the film. And the main two that really just stood out were the magical Negro and the tragic mulatto. And as you can tell from these names, they usually refer to African American characters, but I felt that some of the people in this film fit very neatly into this. With Magical Negro, there is a Native character that shows up and whose purpose is basically to save the white guy, to save Hugh Glass from certain death, who he just has this, special insight. He's in tune with the land, as, all these mystical Native Americans are, and, there's just this whole mystic vibe about him. Sort of related as well to this is Hugh Glass's wife or partner. I don't know if she's his wife, but they have a son together anyway. She's, as far as I remember, she's not living when this story is taking place. So the film sort of uses that a lot. There's a whole spiritual mystic thing going on with her. And then with the tragic mulatto, with their son, he is just this very sad figure who's the victim of a divided society, whose only real role in the film is to be the main reason for Hugh Glass's seeking revenge. Yeah, he's just the driving force behind that. And there's something else I wanted to say about him in particular, but I think I've lost it. It's gone. It's in the video that was never recorded. Let's see, tragic mulatto. There was just not much substance to these native characters. Um, oh, I remembered. Um, so I mentioned that I'm a history major. Um, Most people think that that means that I get hung up on films being historically inaccurate, which I actually don't, for the most part, get hung up on. Um, I'm usually pretty okay with that. I mean, one of my favorite movies is Ben-Hur, and I know it's probably full of historical inaccuracies, but I don't care. I enjoy the movie. I love it. Um, don't have a problem with that. But the reason why that bothered me in this film was that after watching the film, I found out that it's highly unlikely that Hugh Glass had any children. Like, based on the evidence, probably didn't have a son. And I suspected this while I was watching the film. I don't know why I suspected it. I think I just feel that this is something that a lot of movies do, that the thing they choose to be liberal with the truth about is creating characters in order to drive the plot, to make the story interesting. And I just got really annoyed by the fact that a Native American character was created solely for the purpose of driving this whole revenge fantasy. I just think it's time for us to stop doing that to minorities. I mean, it was great that Native Americans were cast as native characters instead of what used to be the norm of casting Hispanic characters, or sorry, not Hispanic characters, but Hispanic actors or Jewish actors or just anyone who looked vaguely maybe native, because they had defined cheekbones or something. At least, we didn't do that in this film, but we still, I don't know why I'm saying we, but the filmmakers still decided to use their artistic license to do this to a Native American character. And that just really bugged me. Okay, so I think that's all I'm going to say about that. There are other things that I didn't like about it. What I've decided to coin Leonardo DiCaprio's endurance acting. I'm not actually a fan of that. I won't go too in depth because we're already like 8 minutes into this thing and I don't want to make this too much longer. Yeah, and I also don't want to go into the other things that I disliked about it, mainly because this is my main beef. And I think it has a lot to do with the fact that recently I've been trying to be more appreciative of Native American history, culture, current issues, because like a lot of Hispanic people, my ethnic background is European and Amerindian. Amerindian is the fusion of the word American and Indian, used to describe, for the most part, native peoples of the North American continent, which includes Mexico. So I have Native and European ancestry, but I was never purposefully raised to think this or feel this way, but